and they can think what they want, say what they want, whatever, because I really don't care, and it's just, I don't care, because like the white girls come over here, and they'll come over here thinking one thing, but the white guys hardly ever be with them, and then they're bored and they start eating all these McDonald's and stuff and get fat, and the guy got to go to work every day, working with these Japanese women and stuff, and they all keeping themselves in shape, and plus everybody on the videos talking about these girls are skinny, but there's some white girls out here, when I was young, we used to call them skinny, it's before everyone started getting fat, and there's some white girls out here that's thin, them Russian girls, and some of these Canadian girls that come out here and keep themselves in good shape, and they skinny. They might be a little bit thicker than some of these Japanese girls, but that's only because it's according to the height. You know what I'm saying? Because they got some tall Japanese girls out here that when they get in shape, they just lean, So, all I'm just saying is that, I can't do that because, asking, do you like Chinese? I know, because I think it's going to be bad. And who in the hell am I to represent someone else or to ask, and I just can't. And if I were to do it, it shouldn't be nothing for YouTube. It should just be a documentary or something like that. But, I don't know. Because it's like this, in Japan. I mean, I always bring it up, but in Japan, it's just a sex thing, And that's the thing that's all messed up. But then, everybody still got just think about it. Just really think about it. You're Japanese, you live in Japan, you make all the best parts, you dress nice, Japan is not a poor country, you know what I'm saying? How can I say that? As far as World War II is concerned, they lost, but it was just, it's just a matter of time, or I think because America just got lucky and caught them on that boat, and they weren't patrolling and stuff, and, surprise attacked them once they got rid of all their aircraft carriers. That was the end of the war for Japan, but still, they weren't going to give up, you know what I'm saying? They said, hey, you want to come get us? Come to the end. And America started dropping atomic bombs on them, they ain't dropping in Europe, but they still start dropping them and stuff and had them on Japan, I don't know. But it turned out good for Japan, I suppose. But anyway, all I'm saying is, you come to Japan, you're a Japanese guy, or you any guy, let's say you're Japanese, and you walk in the office, and the girls, they wearing in their dresses and they off uniforms and stuff, but they still got the nice makeup and all that stuff, and they still freaky, and at work they talking about whatever they want to talk about, and a lot of them talking about sex and their boyfriends. It's like when they sitting in cafes, and talking about all that stuff, and they're not going to stop talking about that stuff just because they're at work, and I'm sure it's a lot of guys, at work, and the girls, they a lot of sex. We call it sexual harassment. But guys say, "Well, hey, how you doing? Let's go out." In America, it might be considered sexual harassment. But in Japan, it's starting to creep in now and all that stuff, But some women say no, and they go home, and their husband don't give them no sex for years at a time, and eventually, some of the women say okay, and go out, and, just have their fun to get rid of their stress, because it's not a sin to have sex, it's only religion and all that stuff doing it. But look at all the priests out there screwing little boys and sexually harassing people and stuff, So I don't know, but just imagine you going to an office, and you're just working with all these beautiful women, or let's even say you work into a department store, and these name brand stores, and everyone is just dressing real nice. The girls got their mini skirts on or whatever. They got the tight pants. Some girls, you can see if they got panties or G-strings on, They got chests, their chest, they open and close, And that ain't even, and you ain't even got to worry about the bodies. I mean, because they got some nice lips, especially the ones with them big lips, wide noses and stuff, nice teeth, hair done up good. You saying how you doing and stuff. And they could walk, I mean, even for me, I walk in the building, and like every time I say with this big old smile, and they looking good, smelling good, you know what I'm saying? And they at work, and they wearing they Tiffany or Gucci, or sometimes you get some of these girls with that Cartier or whatever it's called, that Boulevard, whatever it's called, Chanel, and their shoes and all that stuff. And and what can you say? you know, and they smile in your face. And every time I say, and you just look at them. They say, hey, how you doing? They just say the same thing. Every time I say, and because they can't really, talk like that, but some do. You just sit there and they'll come over to you and, ask you questions, what do you need? And if you buy something, a lot of these women, they starting to do this. Even the older ones, they'll put your money, I mean, I'm telling you, I'm black, and they put my money in my hand and they touch my palm, and then they hold their other hand up under my hand, they hold their other hand under my hand, and so when they put the money in, it's almost like if they're like, kind of like squeezing my hand. And sometimes some of them do that, and it'll be like some of these young girls and stuff like that, and what I mean by young is like 28, 26, 30, because that's young to me and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And they be fine, and they'll look at you and they'll say, every time I say, or whatever, when you leave, and you can tell what's on their mind, when they leave, and that ain't nothing. I mean, just imagine being a Japanese guy, I mean, and you get on a train going to work, damn, nothing but women on them trains. I mean, just loads of women. Like, I'll get on a train, and by the time I get to Ozaki, I'm knocked out. So I get to Izumi Sound and I'll wake up. And when I wake up, it's just these women's hips right there in my eyesight. I just look, and first thing I just see is just, bam, these jeans, or nobody's standing in front of me, still jeans, mini skirts, legs, And then I start looking up, man, and I mean, them faces, man, these guys, I am not lying. Especially like, it's just different parts you go, but you go out in the countries, a lot of these girls got some big, thick lips, and that's the first thing I look at. And I mean, it's just trip. So I made this other video talking about can you play on the J Girls Court? And I mean, just imagine. I mean, I don't know about in America how beautiful the women out there that you work with and stuff, But I'm just saying, I mean, when you got a train full of dimes, you know what I'm saying? And they're not stupid, just because they don't speak English. But a lot of these women out here speak English, and